Today I just want to tell you why being an enthusiast of everything that's going to be on this video can suck sometimes. Yeah, we're starting off with one of my favorite things to enthusiast to look at and all that. Towers and tower beacons, as you can see here. White only single strobe. Along with it there is a old school incandescent beacon, so it means that this tower has both beacons. That's awesome, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Well, so here's one reason. Here's the two main reasons about being a tower enthusiast right now can suck. Is the reason why is currently we're going under a wave of we're under a wave of LEDs. So if you instantly fall in love with incandescent beacons or strobe lights, then being an enthusiast of this stuff is a mistake, because you'll have to witness all of that being replaced by these stupid LEDs here. I think this one is a crappy LED, but it's orange and all that. So yeah, being an enthusiast of towers, it can be hard sometimes. It can really be hard because because when it comes to like really cool towers, you usually right now I've seen so many cool towers get their beacons replaced with LEDs, and that's not so cool. Here is the other reason why being an enthusiast of towers it can suck sometimes, is because currently every single brand new tower that you see, like the freestanding ones, or like the lattice ones and the guide towers, they all look the exact same. You can see this one here. This is what today's lattice towers look like. They're all three-legged. There's always going to be one set of antennas, and it's not completely at the top. It's somewhere below the top, so it's no longer placed at the top for some reason. It's always placed below the top, if you're able to see. And they always get LEDs as well. This one met an unfortunate fate of getting a crappy LED with flashing side markers, and this tower is just brand new. It's like a few weeks old right now, probably a month old, maybe, not too sure, but it's very, very new. So yeah, this is what today's lattice cell towers look like. And here is this is what today's guide cell towers look like. You see, they all look like this. I'm not talking about the other one farther down. I'm talking about the one that looks taller. The one that is farther down is like a 2000s tower, and the tower's ruined and all that. Ever since this new tower was built, everything just changed. This At least this one has more than one beacon. See, if you can see, there's one on top, and if you've seen earlier, there's one on top and two in the middle. But sadly, they're modern LEDs, so you know what that means? Well, I mean, they're modern LEDs, and there's more than one of them on the tower, so you know what that means? That means it has no side markers. So yeah, it's side markerless. This tower here used to have used to have a beacon that used to have a flash guard 3000B, a dual strobe with the best beacon malfunction ever. It'll go to day mode to night mode every single minute during the day, but at night mode it will permanently switch to night mode, which I'm very disappointed about, because I wanted to see that. I kept on I was I wanted to see it switch to day mode during night and all of that, so I can see the sky light up and all. And then I remember I seen this tower at night. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, but nothing happened. It was still on day. I mean, it was still on night mode. All that it was stuck on night mode because that's what it's supposed to be on. So yeah. So yeah. But ever since this new cell tower was built, the the top of the tower was removed. Well, the top antennas were removed, and the bottom antennas are the only antennas that remain. And the really cool strobe was replaced with an old school LED. Thank God it does not have flashing side markers. So yeah, it has some steady side markers which may change in the future. Maybe. I bet whoever owns this tower is going to be forced to change the markers because of FAA and all that, because FAA is trash. So yeah, today's cell towers look bland and they're flavorless and all that. They don't have multiple antennas on them, like multiple sets of antennas or anything like that. They only have one set of antennas, usually below the top and all that, just like this tower here, which looks a little blurry because my phone can't handle high quality videos because it's crap. It's a piece of trash, as you know. So yeah, this is what today's cell towers look like, and they're all getting LEDs, and I'm pretty sure this one has a crappy LED with flashing sign markers, just like that other tower that I showed. So yeah, today's cell towers just look so bland and flavorless. They're not like what you used to see back in the day, like like the 90s, 2000s, early 2010s, all of that. You won't be able to see them. That one is antennaless, so I kind of fear for that tower's fate, because it's currently has no antennas at all. This is what a real tower is supposed to look like. You see, this is what a real tower is supposed to look like. It sucks how they don't build towers like this anymore. I really love the top of it as well. This quality is so bad. There's the top of it, which you can't really see much of it because of how bad the quality is. My phone, you already know it can't handle this crap. So yeah, it would be nice if cell towers look like that now, but they don't. They really don't. What just happened to my thing? It's just loading, but yeah, I'm going to move on. So yeah, being a tower enthusiast it can be hard being a tower enthusiast right now because today's towers look so bland and flavorless, and they all get LEDs as well. Here's another sample of LEDs ruining something. These here are, oh, that was actually a website. No, I don't want to go to Lowe's.com. This here, these are streetlights. This is another thing that I am a streetlight enthusiast. I've been pointing that out in a few of my videos because I really like streetlights, and I've been a streetlight enthusiast for a while. I was so fascinated about them, all that, and they're so cool and all that. I remember the days when Rolla used to have these old yellowish orangish mercury vapor lights everywhere on the streets, on the highways, and everywhere. Just you couldn't go anywhere without seeing at least one of these mercury vapor street lights. Well, now only like a handful of mercury vapor streetlights remain in Rolla. They're still like one year Rolla just decided to replace all their old lights with LEDs. As you can see, the bad thing about being a streetlight enthusiast is LEDs are currently ruining currently ruining streetlights as we know it. Can you believe that my dad actually likes these things? He does. He likes LEDs. I just hate them, and he always questions me why I hate them. And every time I try to tell him why, he's just like, "Oh, but those lights are old. They're not that bright. But they're nostalgic. I remember seeing these everywhere around Raw and all that. I like how the globes on them look like water droplets, or fingers or thumbs. I don't know. They kind of have the thumb imprints, like you would see on a finger or thumb. But guess what? These very flat LEDs are rapidly replacing these. I get so jealous when I find when I see other cities and towns that still have their old streetlights. Just like, why? Why? Uh, yeah, I guess a little jealous when I see that because I already know that their old mercury vapor days are still there while ours is over. It's over. This is what this is what every street in Rolla have now. These stupid LEDs. And like I swear every night there's at least one or two or an entire row that is not actually working. I'm not joking. Hmm. So yeah. These are trash. This one does not deserve to be mounted right on the pole of an old mercury vapor streetlight. I miss these old streetlights so much. I just do. See, these are the good streetlights, and I love these stuff. But LEDs have taken over, just like they did with towers and all that. So yeah, that's a bad thing about being a streetlight enthusiast. All right, here's another here's another thing that is going on right now. Currently, well, I am a washer enthusiast as well. I love washers, not as much as well. I mean, I don't like the dryers as much as washers because the washers are the prime gold of any washer and dryer set, and I love looking at all the different agitators that Oh crap! Now it's stuck. I love opening up every single lid of every washer that I would see, and I always look for I'll always see what agitator it has, and it's just like, holy crap, this looks cool. And just the outer look of the washer as well, like the control boards, and yeah, the old school looks like this Kenmore washer and dryer here. Um, yeah, being a washer enthusiast is awesome, but it does come at a heavy price to pay as well. You got to deal with a thing that really no washer enthusiasts really like. Listen to my dog. She's tired, so she's taking a little doggy nap. So you can hear her snoring. So let me show you the reason why I love. I mean, let me show you the reason why being a washer enthusiast right now can suck. It's because of this piece of trash here. This is what they call an HE washing machine and an HE dryer as well. These have been made since the 2000s. During the 2000s, old washers like Whirlpool direct drives, Kenmore direct drives, Maytag washers, and all of that. Those are the OG washers. They were still being made and all that around that time, and HE washers were just an option. They're just an option if you want to save water and energy. Until 2009, until 2009, when the government decided to just reveal that they're all tree huggers and made a new law to where they want to save water, energy, just go green with when it comes to everything in the entire world. And that's the reason why LEDs are booming. So so they made a new law to where every single washer company out there was forced to create this piece of trash here. Any washers that they would make, they would have to have at least one setting for like some eco setting to where the washer would use like 1 cup of water, all cold by the way, because using a lot of hot water is not energy efficient. And yeah, quote unquote not energy efficient. Yeah, and there's that every single washer company instead of just putting those extra the eco choices on their older washers like the direct drives, the old Maytag Atlantis washers like the one that I have in my house. And yeah, all those they decide to just throw those things in the trash, and they decided to just create these pieces of trash. And there's some Consumer Reports video that it's just based on lies. Like they unfairly tested out both OG direct drive washers and all that and all those other old washers against HE washers and all that. And they're all just like in our little test. Every single every single washer with an agitator did a very, very, very poor job at cleaning. And then all the HE washers we tested did an extraordinary job at cleaning and spin speed and all that. Like, if you watch that video, I think it's called Consumer Reports washer testing. I think that's what it's called, but it's very stupid. They they put all the old washers with agitators. They set all of those to small loads and put like a large like a load that a large load inside with a little amount of water. And and those were towels as well. They're washing towels. And if you don't know, towels absorb water a lot. They absorb a lot of water. And they put like a large load of towels in every single one of those washers, except for the HE ones. And they set them all on the smallest water setting, and they're just like, some look at these things. They're not clean. They're not all this. And they decide to just count all that against them, even though that they should have put it at a large load or whatever load that they put the towels on and stuff. Well, that they as many towels as they had, like it was meant. You're supposed to put it at a large or super load. Like that's what they should have done, but they never did. And they're also complaining about water usage. Like, who really cares? Seriously. So it's just like, oh, these use way too much water. Well, guess what? The HE washers use much more water. I'll explain right now. HE washers have much bigger tubs, and when you put them on the highest setting, like a deep wash setting, usually some HE washers will fill up all the way to the top of the tub. And most of the time those clothes just float there because they don't have agitators. And the ones that do have agitators, they really don't do much of a job at actually pushing the clothes down. Well, actually, HE washers, they did away with pushing the clothes down and doing all that. They wanted to make them bloom in the middle. That's the reason why the agitators are dead and gone. But yeah, since they have a very big tub, and if you set it on the highest water level, usually that'll take up a lot of water. But when it comes to old washers like the Whirlpool Kenmore direct drives, the Maytags, and all of that, they have smaller tubs, so they don't use as much water as HE washers at their highest capacity. And not too sure about the dryer, but here's something else I know of. These things don't last. And I especially hate Samsung appliances because they tend to not last. And there's a point in time where all the Samsung washers were recalled because of how the washers will go to their spin cycles. And a lot of the times the tubs will just get out of balance and the washer will explode, and a lot of stuff will go everywhere, and that cause a lot of injuries. So yeah, there's a few facts about there's a few cons when it comes to HE washers. And here's another con that I know of. These take they take an awful long time to clean clothes. Like usually it'll take like an hour or like 50 minutes or below like 40 or something. I don't know. Old washers usually took like 27 to 30 minutes to wash a single load. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they are much faster. Oh, and there are some settings where if you choose multiple settings like oh yes, time to wash my whites. Let's set it on the white cycle. Oh yes, hot water, pre-soak, bleach, all those stuff. It's just like, okay, let's go. And then time will pop up on that little time thing there. It'll just be like 2 hours and 50 something minutes, and everybody's just be like, what? So yeah, that's another con when it comes to these things, and they're just annoying as well. Like the woo 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 woo. You need if any for the people who are watching this video, you need to search these things up and listen to what they sound like. Some of you guys may think that they're not annoying, but they are. There's one time where my grandma's old Roper direct drive washer broke down. The motor just exploded on her. Um, And before that, she was thinking of getting a new HE washer, like a Sansom or something, and I warned her not to get a Sansom. Don't get a Sansom. Because I already know all the cons and stuff. Like, they don't last. They're very poor quality. They don't clean. They're not really good at cleaning. They're not all that good. And at that time that time is when the Sansom washers would explode on spin cycles, so I was worried for my grandma as well. Well, guess what? She got a Sansom washer. After all those times I told her not to get one, she got one. And guess what? It's like she had it for 2 months, and then one time me and my sister were spending the night down there, and I was watching the washer go and noticed some water on the floor. I just brush it off as like some rags from the kitchen that were thrown on the floor or something. And then I got suspicious and looked down and under the washer, and I seen much more water down there because I pointed some light at it, like with a flashlight or just something at it, and you're able to see all that water down there. All that water. Loaf. Alright, you're able to see all that water down there, so I was just like, hey, grandpa, come look at this. Because my grandpa, usually he's the handyman of my grandparents' house. On my dad's side of the family, my dad's parents. So he took a look at it. Some guy came down there to look at it, and eventually they replaced it with a Maytag commercial quality HE washer. I would much prefer a Speed Queen, because Speed Queen washers are the only washers I know of that are not HE. Though there was one time where they went to a dark age. They didn't start making HE washers, but they made something that may have been a little worse. They weren't considered HE washers, but the agitators were just so crappy, and there's no brake tubs and all that. So it took a long time to spin down during a very, very high spin speed or something on every spin cycle. It's just like that's another con when it comes to these HE washers. So yeah, oh crap, we're already at the 23-minute mark. Holy crap, let's move on. Okay, so there are such thing as vacuum cleaner enthusiasts. I used to be one myself. I'm not anymore. I'll tell you the reason why after the. Well, I'll tell you the reason why. After I tell you all the old vacuum cleaners like this one, even though it looks new, it is actually from the 2000s or 2010s, or this may be a new vacuum. I'm not too sure, but this is what most vacuum cleaners used to look like, and now today's vacuum cleaners look and sound completely different from what they used to sound like. Um, I remember these just being simple bags and now this the picture stuck. I remember these being simple, like you can put a bag in it. You can buy one that has a canister, which I think the ones with the bags are better at catching dirt or something. I think that's what everybody says really. And you got your sleepers as well. And noise level was loud on some of these, most of these, a lot, but it was fine. I could handle it. Today's vacuum cleaners, this is what today's vacuum cleaners look like. You see, they all look like this. And they don't last either. They're made in China. They're plastic and all that. But though I think the other ones may be made from China as well. But they're um a lot of these are just better as well. I have to admit defeat when it comes to this. There's a lot of these I know that are just proven to be better than the others. I know it sucks, but I dealt with it I've dealt with it, all of that. I was just like, you know what if I just take a break from vacuum cleaners and all of that? So I'm not a vacuum cleaner enthusiast right now, or I don't know if I will become I don't know if I'll get into vacuum cleaners again or not. Not too sure. Not too sure, really. But this is what vacuum cleaners look like today. Um, I don't know much cons about this, other than that they're all made from China, and I know a lot of these that really don't last that long like they used to, like the ones from the 70s, 80s, or even older, like 70s, 80s, 90s, and in the 2000s as well. Like these don't really last that long. So that's one con that I know of this, but I don't know every single con of these, and I don't know every single pro of these either. So that's um that's the reason why I took a break from vacuum cleaners, is because they every single vacuum cleaner brand manufacturer just went over to whatever this design is. This is one of Shark's vacuum cleaners, and this is what today's Shark vacuum cleaners look like now. I don't know if they still make their older ones, like the upright vacuum cleaners. Um, these are clones of the Dyson vacuum cleaners with the giant balls on them that roll around, and you're able to use it like it moves around like a swipper sweeper, I think, because it turns and you go multiple directions like a swipper sweeper, and this vacuum cleaner does the same thing. So there's that. Here's another one. This one has a bag in it, as you can see. This one looks pretty cool, and it looks new as well. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to just I don't know if I think this may be the four things that enthusiasts of these things may hate, like I hate these and stuff. Even though that when it comes to vacuum cleaners, um the fact I lost at all this, because these vacuum cleaners really are better than the others. I just wish I was able to say that they weren't, because it would have been nice if they weren't better. Though there are some vacuum cleaners that are made like from the 70s, 80s, and beyond, and before as well. I heard of some that are much better than any of the ones that you're able to see on Google right now, what I'm viewing right now. So yeah, those are the true OG vacuum cleaners. You know, I'm a little bit of a mower enthusiast myself. I have like four of them right now, and I'm about to get a fifth one as well for my little collection that I'm going to a little collection of mine. Um, this is I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but I really love the cheap mowers. I like the design of the cheap mowers. It looks so easy and simple to use. So nothing really that bad has happened to these towers. I mean, these mowers. I'm too used to tower talk and all that. But the only change that I really don't like about these mowers is today's mowers. They all have these. Okay, never mind. Google does not want to cooperate. Here's a picture. Today's mowers all want to have these little caps at the front of every single motor on every single mower. I don't know why the picture's doing that. You see that one has a cap on it, some metal plate on it. Like today's mowers all have that, except for the electric ones that you're able to see. But all the gas power mowers have all the gas power push mowers had those caps on them. While the OG mowers that you're able to see right here, like the red one and that yellow one, they don't have caps. You're able to see the spark plugs and all that. It's awesome. And then I really do love cheap brand. I really do like cheap brands. This is my favorite, my all-time favorite cheap mower brand. It's Weed Eater. I just love the green on them with the motors as well. This is what motors used to look like on mowers and all that. You see, no metal cap or anything on the front of it. You're able to see the spark plug and stuff. No metal cap whatsoever. But today's mowers, even the cheap ones, they all have caps on them. This one has a black cap on it, a black metal, a black coated metal cap. So yeah, this is all for this video because every other thing that I'm an enthusiast of, like mixers, mixers, ceiling fans, and all that other stuff that I'm really into. They really nothing has really changed with them. Nothing major, at least. Nothing like the first three that you're able to see, like towers and how LEDs have taken over and how today's towers look so plain and bland. And then streetlights and how LED streetlights are taking over and replacing other streetlights that they just look cooler. And washers that are being replaced with HE washers, which are not better. They're just bad. The other um the other washers are just they're better. They're the original washers and all that. They clean. They do all that crap. And HE washers used to be a choice in the 2000s, back when the OG washers were being made and were still being made and all that, until the government made it clear that they were tired of them, and every brand was forced to make those high efficiency craps. Like, it was no longer a choice. If your old washer broke, the only choice you had is to get one of these HE washers. Because I already know that 99% of the I already know that 90% of your average white American family would not want to buy some used washer. They will want to go with the newest product. So yeah, that's the reason why these are probably so successful. It's because people really had no choice. So I'm just going to look at some stuff. I'm going to go on YouTube and post this. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.